So, I have many videos I've been wanting to make for forever that are just stuck in my to-do list since September of last year. Very few of those videos have actually been made and uploaded. On screen are some examples of videos from the backlog that have escaped, and while videos that were supposed to come out as early as Season 2 haven't even been started on yet. One of the videos that have escaped is the job ranking. In it, I set out something along the lines of this. Scientist is basically Mage, but not really. Now, Mage and Scientist are my go-to jobs in challenge runs. In all my challenge runs, I've picked both of these jobs in one of the first 3 worlds. The other spot being taken up by Chef in Defenseless and Nuzlocke, Cleric in 2 Teammate, and Cat in Safe Spotless. But in my job ranking, I compared Scientist to Mage, saying it's basically Mage, but not really. Is that really true? I don't know. These 2 jobs are extremely similar yet very different at the same time, so which one's better? Today, I'll compare both of these jobs in different categories and see which one is better at what, as well as figuring out which one is overall better. Let's get started. Mage vs Scientist, job battle. Now, Mage and Scientist are both damage dealer jobs. These jobs mainly focus on single target offense and AoE moves with passives that help other teammates deal more damage with some other miscellaneous stuff. That is the structure of both of these jobs, so we will go one by one in every previously mentioned thing and determine which one is better in which category. Yes, I'm calling these categories. If a job is better at a category, it gets a point. The job with the most points at the end is declared the better overall job. So, the first category is single target offense. Attacks that deal a lot of damage but only to one single enemy. This category is easily taken by Mage. The only single target move Scientist has is Glitch, which you obtain at level 2, while Mage has Fire, gain at level 2, Mega Fire, gain at level 14, and Tower of Flame, gain at level 37. Since the only single target move Scientist has is obtained at level 2, you can see that even at level 50, it doesn't deal more than around 100 damage per use. Meanwhile, Mage is able to deal 999 damage in one hit with Tower of Flame paired up with Unusually Chirpy from the laid-back personality. There really isn't any point to discussing more here since Mage easily wins this point. This is by far the hardest category to judge these jobs on. Both of these jobs have 3 full board AoE moves. Scientist has Unstable Formula, Volatile Formula, and Black Hole, while Mage has Explosion, Mega Explosion, and Giga Explosion. Very creative names, I know. So, because of there being so many moves, I will compare them one by one. So, Unstable Formula and Explosion. Unstable costs more than Explosion, however, it is gained at level 7 and has a higher base power compared to Explosion, which is unlocked at level 9. Black Hole is unlocked at level 30, has over double the base power of Giga Explosion. Giga Explosion has a base power of 50 and Black Hole has a base power of 120, and also costs less. And the same thing applies to Volatile Formula. It's unlocked earlier, it's cheaper, and more powerful. But, we forgot something. The Mage's lightning spells. The Mage has 3 lightning spells, and yes, while they should in theory beat Scientist, we have to take into account the Scientist's Ignite. Ignite basically turns a teammate's attack into a lightning attack, and with teammates that mainly use basic attacks, this is a great ability to have, which, because it becomes better with time due to it being a direct buff to teammates' attacks and teammates leveling up, that basically creates an ability that levels up. And because of that, Scientist has to take this point. Now, you might think, then what in the actual is a passive? Well, it's basically an ability that activates on its own, stuff like Princess's Blindfold. Now, Mage has 1 passive ability while Scientist has 2. One of the passive Scientist has we've already talked about, Ignite, so I won't go over it again. Scientist's other passive is Absorb. This passive, when activated, heals a teammate that was used on by how much damage they dealt to an enemy. This is a pretty good passive. My issue is that basic attacks don't really deal that much damage, so in consequence, if used on a weak physical class like Mage, it barely heals anything. But if used on a powerful physical attacker like Warrior Cat, it heals a ton, making it pretty great. Mage only has 1 passive, Enlarge Weapon. This passive is, at first sight, not anything special. However, it increases a teammate's attack by 50%, and unlike Absorb, it can be used on classes like Thief and Popstar. It does make the attack only target 1 enemy, but still pretty sweet. This point goes to Scientist simply because it has 2 passives instead of 1, even if only one is a bit above average and the other one's pretty great, and, well, Mage only has the above average one. Now, both of these jobs have some not damage dealing abilities. Both of these jobs have healing moves and one other ability. When it comes to the healing abilities, Scientist is better. Cure.exe is, compared to Sleep type, much better. 1, Cure.exe doesn't waste the teammate's turn, and it heals MP, which is much more valuable than just healing twice while wasting someone's turn. But when it comes to the other ability, Mage takes it by a landslide. Barrier, in my opinion, is better than Safety Mask. While both are amazing, I think Barrier is better, and because both of these jobs are pretty frail, Barrier is what gave this point to Mage. So, now that we've covered all the categories, we can tally up all the scores and choose the better job. And Mage has 2 points, with Scientist having 2 points. Yeah. Both these jobs have their ups and downs, and in the end they even each other out, so the better one is really just up to your personal preference. Just like my original job ranking, I ranked everything by personal preference, and between these two I prefer Mage, but if you prefer Scientist, that's perfectly okay. Both of these jobs are great, and whichever you prefer is basically the right answer. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.